Hi, I'm Ayan,
And I'm Sid.
and you're watching Every Car.
Fun fact, the Mercedes-Benz logo's 3 points represent air, water and land. The company actually thought about adding another point to represent space but decided not to.
Speaking of Mercedes, today we're going to be talking about the Mercedes GT73E, which is going to be Mercedes' most latest hybrid GT car, which I'm pretty excited for. So, this is going to be another car that's going to be added to Mercedes GT lineup. So, let's get right into it.
Talking about the exterior design of the AMG GT73E, it is going to be largely similar to the outgoing GT63S, which I think is a stunning design. There are also speculations that they may change the badges on the side and the back to include the V8 bi-turbo with the E performance, which should be a change. There are also some tweaked headlights and taillights designs in the new GT73E. Mercedes may also play around with the new wheel designs.
In terms of the interior, there's not a lot of things that are changing with the new Mercedes GT73E, but the few things that are changing is that we've seen that with the new C-Class as well as with the new S-Class, Mercedes has adopted a new sort of center screen as well as a gauge cluster gauge cluster separately. While in the old GT63s, you had like one whole glass panel. So that's something that might be changing. We should also expect to see Mercedes' latest MBUX system whenever they decide to release the car. So overall, there's not going to be a lot of changes in the interior, but there are going to be a few tweaks and designs to make sure that it's modern and it stays modern.
The GT73E is speculated to come with a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 mated to a 9-speed automatic up front and a single electric motor mated to a 2-speed automatic gearbox at the back. There will also be a 6.1 kilowatt-hour battery which will be charged all the time to provide extra boost. There is also speculation that the car can also be used in EV only mode, as there's a hybrid motor and a hybrid battery. The car is also speculated to have a pure EV mode where the car can be driven only on electric power.
The Mercedes GT73E is also said to have a conventional all-wheel drive system, so expect that to be coming. The car is said to have 804 horsepower, also accounting for the 94 horsepower coming from the electric motor. It can also go up to 201 horsepower under high load situations. Currently, the top of the range GT 4-door is the GT63S. And with the GT63S, you get 630 horsepower as well as you can do 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. While with the new GT73E, you get 800 horsepower with the electric motor and expect to do 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, which in my opinion is crazy numbers.
The car is a true and tested formula. As we know that going electric is the next big thing that is happening, it is just not surprising. The overall design of the 73E is not changing too much. There are just very few design tweaks, but overall we think that the car looks stunning in itself. As we all know that electric torque is instantaneous, so expect better performance from the GT73E. Although it is electric and some people may complain about it being partially electric and hybrid and call it a Prius, but there are a lot of positives to it moving electric as well.
As the new 73E is going to be turbocharged, the electric motor is going to really help mask out that turbo lag that's going to be there with turbocharged cars, and that's going to be great because that's what helps get the under 3 second 0 to 60 time. Overall, we think that this is the right step for Mercedes to move to electric because for any company right now, it would make sense to move to electric or hybrid because that's just where the future is headed. We're moving to a more electric future, and I think companies need to start preparing themselves for it, and this is just Mercedes's way to prepare for it. All of this does not come cheap though. The Mercedes GT73E is set to cost 140,000 euros or $170,000, which is money that I have right now in my pocket, so it's all good, yeah.
According to a source that we found on the internet, Mercedes was most probably speculated to release the GT73E in May, but at the time of filming we're towards the end of May and there have been new official... At the time of filming, we're filming this towards the end of May and there have been no official news from Mercedes of when they'll release the car. So we really don't have a definitive date.
Finally, with that being said, our last thing that we want to mention about the GT73E is that we've tried starting this new thing called the Every Car Score. So it's heavily inspired by the Doug score, and so it's basically just a score out of 10 that we think that this car deserves. And this is going to be for almost all the cars that we do in the future.
The AMG 73E deserves an EC score of 7.5 out of 10. We've given it a 7.5 out of 10 because we felt that they should have changed the design a little, considering the fact that they've introduced a hybrid powertrain and it's a new powertrain for the lineup. We feel like they should have changed the design a little. Second reason why we reduced the score was it's a very, very expensive car. It's $170,000, which is not cheap at all, and it may run you north of $200,000 if you play around with the options even a little. So it is a very expensive car. Overall, we think that it's a really great car. It's got plenty of power, and the whole turbo lag problem will also be solved because of the hybrid powertrain.
With that being said, that's the end of this video. If you did enjoy our video, please do consider subscribing below. And if you haven't yet, you can check out our last video right here or here, either one. I don't know which one, but check.
Yeah, so if you want to subscribe, click here. And if you want to check out another video that YouTube suggests you may like from our channel, click here. So we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Goodbye.